I don't call myself a survivor. I call myself a victor because I believe a survivor is somebody who has just barely made it through whatever you've gone through and you're limping along. But I see myself as much better off where I am now than where I was before I got cancer.
First cancer center in Kenya was set up in 1969 by the University of Karolinska Institute in Stockholm, and they started as a very small research center, and then up to now we haven't had much expansion, and cancer is on the increase. Like, we diagnose about 80,000 new cancer cases in a year.
Saratani ni nini? Mimi naisikia watu wakiita kansa, just haiona mtu akikonjeka na hiyo ugonjwa.
Nasikia kuna kansa, kuna ya matiti, kuna ya sijui mkono, sijui nini. Mimi sijui kansa.
Sielewi chochote kuhusu ugonjwa wa kansa, isipokuwa nasikia kuna prostate cancer inahusu mambo ya ngono.
Mtu anaweza gonjeka kansa, ukimwangalia udhanie ni mtu amegonjeka ukimwi.
Cancer is so expensive. Madawa unapewa tu just kumaliza pain, si eti unapewa dawa ndio upone saa kabisa.
It's a sin. Cancer is taken like you've done something very bad. That's why you have gotten that cancer, or you're cursed or something.
My name is Anthony Karanja Gadhige. Priscilla, the one who is diagnosed with cancer, is my wife. She had been complaining about stomach pains. She ended up going to St. Mary's, where she was diagnosed and was told that she has some cancer. We didn't know much about where treatment is available very much, so we relied on friends asking, and we were directed to Texas Cancer Center.
Impact was very heavy because, with cancer, most of cancer is terminal. The doctor would find her skeleton here, but now I find her very strong, and now going home quite happy with the treatment we are doing towards her.
Myth about cancer. When somebody has cancer, some of them, they feel it's a death sentence. Treatment is quite costly, and most of our people are surviving on less than $1 a day. And for you to have good cancer treatment, you need $1,000 or more.
Poor families ndio tunateseka sana, kwa sababu hatuna ile pesa ya kwenda outside the country kutafuta hiyo matibabu zaidi, ndio at least hata kama hautapona kabisa, at least you have a long life.
For those tests, for the scans, for the everything, it's just expensive. You must be ready to spend. I went for the chemotherapy. At that time, I think a session without the doctor was something like 30,000 shillings. Just one dose of the drug. drugs of chemotherapy.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in May 2007. One day I was going to sleep and I noticed I was feeling pain when I was sleeping on one side of my body. So I get up and I feel this huge lump which I had never felt before. The next morning I go to the doctor and I am told, I think you have breast cancer. So being in the UK, they have systems which work very progressively and very fast, and the follow-up is very good. My initial reaction was like I had been given a death sentence and I was totally devastated. It is something you hear happens to other people. You don't imagine that one day it's going to be you who is going to hear those words which are like telling you you're going to die tomorrow.
It was a bit of a shock for the family because we don't have a history of cancer in our family.
I lost a sister to skin cancer when I was in class 6, that's in 1996. Yeah, she died at the age of 32 or 34, around there.
The basal cell carcinoma, the cancer, is really a cancer that affects white, Caucasian people and people with the condition of albinism. Ugonjwa ile imekuathiri jicho moja, ndio ugonjwa huo na jicho la pili, na ndio huo sasa unaenea kwa uso, kwa shikio, mpaka kwa mkono na mbele ya kifua. Umefahamu? Sasa huo ugonjwa unaitwa basal cell carcinoma.
Vile nilikuwa naona chini, nilikuwa naona vitu myeusi hapa hivi kwa mkono, naona vitu mingi sana myeusi inavitukana hivi mingi sana, hata sikuwa natambua nini.
Cancer can affect anybody. It doesn't matter whether you're a child or an adult.
Angela Awino is my firstborn daughter. So she has a child called Alexandra Ajowi, who is her second-born. So this child started being sick sometimes in May in 2010.
Leukemia is a common childhood cancer, and this is what Lexi presented with. And basically what leukemia means is that the cells that produce blood in the body, usually these cells are located in the bone marrow. There's some abnormality that goes on that makes these cells divide abnormally fast and produce abnormal cells.
She was playing outside and then she started to be sick, and then she stopped being sick, and then the sickness started. Alexi told me to stay with her, and then I stayed and ate fruits there.
I had been following my PSA, either level prostate specific antigen in my body, for about 2 or 3 years. And in July, when I did my annual medical exam, the PSA was rather high. So the doctor ordered that I should do a biopsy, and they confirmed that I had prostate cancer. Well, it was a shock, of course, and I was angry. I talked to my wife and the doctor and accepted this reality. It was decided in my case that the best treatment is radiation. It is important, I think, for us to put in place prosper diagnostic facilities in all our health facilities to help people diagnose cancer when it is early, when it can be treated.
Kama hauna pesa ama hauna mali ama your family is poor, mnauza kenye mko nacho, mnauza ng'ombe, kama ni ng'ombe, kama ni shamba, kama ni yani your properties, yani mnazitumia just kupeleka hospitali. na mwisho unaona yani inawaacha mkiwa nothing, kwa sababu mmeuza kila kitu kupitia hiyo ugonjwa. Kwa hivyo in fact serikali ingechukulia hatua at least watupee yani msaada kupitia either dawa za kansa ama kupitia the funds zenye zinaweza simamia watu wenye wako na kansa.
Hold on to your dream. Don't you give it up. You can do it. Go on. Dream again.